The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Good footwork at the 30.
Now this defense for the Lions, they were fantastic a week ago in a win over Houston.
There's a little bit of lightning talking to the defense Jordan about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Right. And cycle.
Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away.
That's taken on the 25.
A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And Lions will take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The Lions at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And the offense last week, they certainly have things humming because if you can run up 40-plus points a game, you certainly take a lot of pressure off of your defense, and you're not going to lose very often.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Now we're on a first down pickup of 8.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. They find some open field here. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. And everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Here's the option going left on second down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down limit.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's third down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Lance now to throw.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
My dad used to tell me all the time when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on third downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion.
Lance to throw for it on 4th down.
Got his target, Samuel.
And he is going to have the Niners first down on a well-designed play there. That gets them 16 to move the chains.
A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, I think...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That's going to bring up the 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Return that time. 18 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Straight ahead, here's Nwangu. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Detroit.
His 10th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 12 overall. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never like get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Red, cycle. Field, block.
To throw, it's Lance. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
The way things have been going in this one, Charles, it was only a matter of time before this defense got involved and made a big play, and they do right there. Gosh, this lead is so large, CD, only in the first half.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that's so amazing about it. You mentioned this large lead. How's this their first takeaway of the game? And what a spectacular run it was. Adding to the lead, showing the true dominance, and you're exactly right. We're still in the first half.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
So that's going to be a nice one for the passing stats. So that's how it will go down in the stat sheet. But the success of that play, no doubt, all thanks to the talents of the wideout.
Oh, he was definitely the recipient of good blocking as well, especially at the line of scrimmage. And once he got around the corner, you got the sense that no one was going to get him. Really nice ball handling, too, in order to get it to him.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
On first down, they'll run with the Wandu.
And he's got room.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes us all the way down to the 37. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Back to Nwangu again on first down.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try the air now with Herbert. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And, oh, it's incomplete. It would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And the Niners get there and bring him down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. On 4th down, Herbert.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Another run down for Nwangu.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Kene Nwangu.
As the first half is winding down. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And
we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
First play of the drive, excellent run, just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They run with McCaffrey off the option. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
A spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. Again, McCaffrey. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
The kick by Gold is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal here.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 146 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On second down, they'll run it here. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here's Herbert. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Drake Jackson, his second sack of the night. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Niners
49ers will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
McCaffrey running up the middle.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired up the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Down to the 41.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Niners on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Now Lance.
Forced out to his left.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose.
And this is scooped up by the Lions.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try to be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's going, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
129 yards on the ground for him now, as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. They'll go right back to the Wangu.
And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Nwangu.
And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown.
Kenny Nwangu.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Lions 42, 49ers 17.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long when it's a passing situation.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Isaiah Simmons getting by the offensive line and dropping the quarterback.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do late.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Donald Parham, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
49ers 17.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And Lance again going to keep it.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And the Lions go with an extra DB here on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Desperation time here. Lance lines up and lets it go for Samuel.
This is intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning.
Now on 2nd and 13. Herbert. Rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Patterson going to bring this out of the end zone. And he loses the football the second time. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Coming along here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
The kick by Gold is good, and they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Handoff here to Nwangu. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now a give running left is Nwangu. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 27. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
One final try now for Lance.
And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The 20.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like I just signed a TDE. Gang. Know we all gotta eat. Up late, bills due, rent due, I ain't been asleep. Looking in the mirror, all I see is everything that I wanted to be. My city depended on me, that's on G.O.D. Grew up watching my mom become what daddy couldn't be. I ball like MLB, these Bottega boots ain't cheap. My car ain't got no key, I push the start to start my week.